Is Young Thug right about Kendrick Lamar? That's the whole debate. Thug says Dot don't put nobody on, keeps the blessings to himself, and could never be bigger than Drake.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
And now there's a leaked jail call of him venting all of that, word for word. I'm breaking down the claim, the receipts, and what's capped. Then you tell me if Thug got a point or he's just pressed. So here's what sparked all this. The new jail call. Thug on the line talking reckless about Kendrick. Says he don't bless nobody, keeps all the shine to himself, only puts Baby Keem on. And that Keem ain't even moving tickets like that.
What is he doing?
He's beginning to believe.
Then he doubles down. Says Kendrick will never be bigger than Drake, ever in life. That's the energy. Straight bitterness. And it fits the pattern too. These leaks keep painting Thug like a dude who feels entitled to everybody's cosign instead of letting the work speak. I'm gonna run the audio, and if you already heard it, just skip to the timestamp on your screen. That's where the audio ends, and let's break it down. Some folks actually think he got a point here, so we gotta line it up with the facts. Let's lay it out clear, because Thug was unloading in this call.
Future grocery bag. Say again?
I hope he do it.
So do I. I mean, well, even if you don't get...
He don't take no money, do he?
No. He wouldn't do that. But think about it. He does so few verses. Like, you know what I mean? Like, he's not just doing verses. Like,
right. But that's
the only other person that gets a Kendrick versus Keem is Baby Keem, and that's like his cousin or his nephew or something.
Right. He getting all the damn verses to this nigga, man. What the heck you doing, crazy? All that fake, I ain't getting on no rapper song shit. I don't be liking them type nigga like that.
Why?
You nigga get too big. I don't want to do no feature. Why? Why you don't want to do no feature? Why when you want to do a feature for a superstar? Like you ain't like goddamn Street calling you for a song, you know? Like,
yeah.
You really got Lil Durk calling you for a song, Lil Baby, Thug, real superstar calling you for a song. Why wouldn't you do the song? We lit, nigga. We going number 1 too. Fuck you thinking? You know, it's just like I don't be understanding that type of shit. Supposed to be a nigga who bless a nigga. That's why them niggas will never be bigger than Drake ever in life. Niggas will never be bigger than Buddy. Buddy gonna do it right. Buddy fucking with everybody. You know how many niggas like Drake change? How many niggas can take care of their family because of Buddy? Just like straight fucking with you. Kendrick, goddamn, put a nigga on. Y'all niggas, you're a superstar. You don't ran up, you're a few hundred M, but you ain't put nobody on though. You see what I'm saying? You ain't even put Keem on. Cause the shit you and him doing, that shit ain't really doing that. Put somebody on. It's okay to run you a few hundred M's up, but who you help though? You ain't really help nobody. It's the saying. You did all that shit for nothing, nigga. You ain't help nobody, nigga. Nigga ain't really gaining no fans off of you. Keem ain't big. Keem love hell, man. He can't sell no fucking ticket. Watch out. Like, man, watch out. I truly believe you do a song with me, Wham, Dirt, Moneybag, Savage. I truly believe we'll have your ass dope, trending, like, cause it's gonna be like people in the real world fucking with you, not the goddamn, not the rap world. You know what I'm saying? It's gonna be real players and cool bitches, lit bitches, and players and shit like that fucking with you. Them type of people ain't fucking with you. You gonna get like the real streets and the real people fucking with you. You gonna get the East Coast fucking. East Coast ain't fucking with you, bro. You really trying to keep all the blessings to yourself. You really trying to keep everything to yourself. You really sit in the studio and work on the album and don't put nobody on the album. Like, God damn, bro, you ain't gonna fuck with nobody. You ain't gonna bless nobody. Bullshit ass King, like. But it's like, what the hell is you doing? You supposed to be fucking with me, Wham, Dirt. Savvy, you supposed to be fucking with us. You supposed to be calling us like, hey, man, I want y'all young niggas on my album. I'm on some player shit this time around. I'm on some player shit. Like, come on, man, god damn. I don't know, though. These niggas be crazy.
Right.
Yeah. Hopefully he do the song, though. If he don't, I ain't really giving no damn.
This still be good?
Yeah, over good. Continue being rap, man. You know what I'm saying? Continue being rap, man. Stay supportive.
Yeah.
Put my album cover or something, man. Stay supportive, man. All that. I ain't posting no pictures, 6 years shit, man. Watch out. Nigga don't care about all that shit, man. Nobody don't give no fuck about none of that. I guarantee you, your first post you post, that motherfucker gonna do 1 million or 2 million likes. You can get out in the next 16 years. You not finna get on here and get no 100 million likes on your post. You're not Kim Kardashian, man. So whatever you call yourself doing with your internet, and if you just want to prove like, oh, I won't be on the internet, what is that proving? What they do? What you do? Instagram is meant for pictures, man. Post your picture, bro. Or just delete your Instagram.
Right.
Yeah. I think it's the rarity, though. But, man, have fun with that.
With the racks, with Kendrick.
Kendrick don't put nobody on. Said he hogs all the blessings. Don't help nobody rise. Baby Keem the only one eating, and even then, Thug downplayed it. Like Keem ain't moving tickets. Ain't really popping. Kendrick too selective with features. Claimed he ducking collabs even when real superstars like Thug, Lil Durk, Moneybagg Yo, Future, Savage call. East Coast don't rock with Kendrick. Thug swore Dot ain't touching the streets, so the real world outside his bubble. Huh? He'll never be bigger than Drake. That was the dagger. Basically saying Kendrick hit his ceiling, while Drake still the one feeding families. That's the full rant. And it sounds less like constructive criticism, more like jealousy, wrapped in slick talk. Now let's be real, a lot of that is straight
cap.
First off, Baby Keem. Thug acting like Dot ain't put him on. Bruh, Keem was on the Black Panther soundtrack before he even had motion. Then came Family Ties and Range Brothers, both with Kendrick all over him. Family Ties alone is pushing 1 billion streams. Arenas overseas still go crazy when that joint drops. On top of that, Keem got PG Lang backing him, with Dave Free and Kendrick pulling strings behind the scenes. That's not ain't put nobody on. That's a whole machine. Second, the features. Yeah, Kendrick don't do a lot, but when he does, it counts. Nipsey's Dedication, Rich the Kid's New Freezer, Future's Mask Off remix. Hell, even that Taylor Swift Bad Blood remix. Dot don't throw verses around like mixtape candy. He curates. Every collab is intentional. So Thug trying to frame that as selfish? Nah, that's brand control. That's knowing your value.
So that was a lie.
See, this is what Thug don't get. Kendrick ain't built on the same system. Atlanta thrives on collabs, features flying left and right, everybody jumping on each other's tracks. That's how they scene moves. But Dot, he plays a different game. Kendrick treats his verses like artifacts. If he hops on your song, it's not just a bar exchange, it's a statement. That's why every time he does a feature, it shakes the room. He'd rather drop nothing for 2 years than flood the streets with mid. Scarcity makes the demand go crazy. And let's keep it a buck. That's why when Dot finally popped back up in 2024, the culture stopped. People been starving, waiting on that verse. And when it hit like a bomb. That's intentional, that's strategy, not stinginess.
That's what I'm talking about! That's why he's the MVP! That's why he's the GOAT! The GOAT!
Now, to be fair, Thug ain't pulling this out of thin air. There's a reason some people say he got a point. In Atlanta, cosigns and collabs are how you feed the city. You see Future, you see Gucci, you see Baby. They put whole squads on and kept them eating. That's the culture. So from that lens, Kendrick looks selfish. He don't move like Drake, handing out features left and right, feeding everybody's families along the way. So yeah, if you standing in Thug's shoes, sitting in that cell, looking at all the people Dot didn't jump on tracks with, you gonna feel some type of way. You gonna think he keeping the shine for himself. But here's the flip. Atlanta's way ain't the only way. And just cause Kendrick ain't giving everybody verses don't mean he ain't putting people on. It just means his circle tight, his brand tighter.
Perfect.
And this is the part that really stuck out. Thug sound entitled like Kendrick owe him a verse. That's main character syndrome at its peak. Think about it. You in jail, your career hanging by a thread, and instead of owning up to your mess, you mad another man ain't drop everything to save you with a feature?
Do you see me f***ing laughing, my nigga?
That's not boss talk. That's desperation. Kendrick don't owe nobody in Atlanta a verse. Not Thug, not Baby, not Moneybagg. He carved his own lane, kept his pen sharp, and chose his battles. Thug acting like Dot blocking blessings when really it's just Dot protecting his legacy. That sense of entitlement, that's exactly why these leaks keep making Thug look worse every day. It don't come off powerful, it come off pressed. And here's where it gets messy. Thug praising Drake while downing Kendrick, saying Drake's the one who blesses everybody, feeds families, keeps the game alive. Cool, but fast forward to 2024, Drake and Kendrick locked in one of the ugliest beefs hip-hop ever seen. So now it looks wild. You're in a cell, begging for a Kendrick verse while also bigging up the dude Kendrick just buried with Not Like Us. That puts Drake in a weird spot too. He put money on Thug's books. He's shown them love. But imagine hearing your man's caught on tape begging your enemy for a verse.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
That's shaky optics. Thug thought he was boosting Drake while clowning Kendrick. Instead, he put himself in the middle of two giants and made himself look small. Context matters. This call was around Thug's Business is Business album in 2023. He's frustrated, album needed a spark. Kendrick said no, so Thug vents on the phone, calling him selfish and saying he'll never be bigger than Drake. But look at what happened just a year later in 2024. Kendrick drops Not Like Us. Biggest cultural nuke of the decade. Stadiums bouncing, radio takeover, TikTok flooding, even suburban moms hitting the dance. Meanwhile, Drake scrambling, and the whole culture saying Kendrick ran that year. So Thug's little never be bigger than Drake rant
It's the biggest piece of dog shit.
aged like spoiled milk. Even if Drake's still the bigger global star overall, Kendrick proved he can eclipse the boy when the moment calls. That's the piece Thug didn't see coming from that jail phone. So where does that leave us? On one side, Thug calling Kendrick selfish, saying he don't bless nobody, don't touch the streets, and could never be bigger than Drake. On the other side, reality showing Keem's whole career stamped by Dot. Selective features hitting harder than 100 random collabs in a 2024 run that made Drake look shaky. So was Thug speaking facts or just salty from a cell? That's the real question. Because every time these leaks drop, it feels less like truth-telling and more like jealousy dressed up as game talk. I'm gonna let y'all be the judge though. Was Thug right about Kendrick or did he just expose himself again? Growth ain't selfish. Protecting your legacy, moving selective and choosing when to step in, that's how you last. Kendrick don't hand out verses like candy because he knows every bar, every feature, it means something. That's why 10 years in, he's still the most respected pen in the game. Meanwhile, Thug's leaks making them look worse by the day. First it was Gucci, now it's Kendrick. Tomorrow might be somebody else. It's like every call they drop, he losing another piece of respect. And trust me, respect don't come back easy in this culture. And the crazy part, I've been rocking with Thug for a long time. Music that's shaped in error. But none of that matters if your character can't hold up. You can have hits, you can have plaques, you can even have the streets. But once people see you as bitter, entitled, and sloppy, that shine don't hit the same. So I'm gonna throw it back to y'all. Is Thug right about Kendrick? Or is he just exposing how far gone he really is? Drop your thoughts in the comments, smash that like if you're still locked in, and subscribe if you want the unfiltered breakdown every time these tapes hit. I'll see you on the next one. Panda out.